Howdy, folks, and welcome to the February Patron stream. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. I do want to mention a couple of things really quickly here before we get started. We are going to talk about the Scream 6 leaks, but we're not going to talk about them what the leaks are specifically. So, moderators, if you see anybody in the chat throwing out leaks or spoilers, just boot them right out. We don't want anything spoiled. Also, if you're new to the stream, or if you're somebody who likes to hang out on the stream, but you remain quiet in the chat, say hello, introduce yourself. And if you're a regular chatter and you see a new name, welcome them. Be warm and welcoming. So that's all I want to say to get things started here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to bring on my panel for tonight. Joining me first, we have got Swaggy G. What's going on, man?
Hey, Piz, how are you?
I surprised you, didn't I?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, is there too much light hitting me?
No, no, you look fine.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because I just see the other people and they always keep it dark. And I'm like...
So some people just aren't, I mean, you and I are handsome. So we like as much light as possible to be shining directly on us. Some people just aren't as confident.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. But
I'm worried that like people might need shades whenever they see me on here or something like that. So
no, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. There you go. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure. Also joining me tonight from the Flesh Wound Features YouTube channel, Dan. What's going on, Dan?
What's up, Piz? How's it going?
Doing good. And Dan is also in full light, letting everyone see the beard, the hat.
There you go.
He knows what's up. He knows
that beard is legit. That is solid.
It actually rare, so it lights up more.
Dan, have you trimmed the beard?
Once in a blue moon. Okay. I haven't gone like full ZZ top yet, but yeah, I stopped a little short of that.
Okay,
not full homeless, just couch crasher homeless is what.
Okay, I would say at this point, Dan, it's professional. That's a professional beard.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what I'll run with.
That's a pro beard right there. All the beard aficionados, they know what's up. So, but it's good to see you, man. Hope you've been well.
Doing good.
Cool. Also joining me tonight, all the way from the UK, the real Fifth Beatle, Mike. What's going on, man?
What's up, Pez? All good, man. All good.
Good. It's good to see you. How's everything going?
Yeah, not bad. It's getting into spring now. Well, spring's not far off, so the cold weather's on its way out.
That's good. Here in Kentucky, one day it is 30 and the next day it is 65. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, it's good to see you, Mike. Always a pleasure, sir. Also joining me tonight, I have got the emulator of dreams, Matt. How's it going, man?
Good. I'm living in a world of darkness, and it's all good.
It kind of looks like a David Lynch film is being shot behind you.
I did just watch Lost Highway again last night.
Oh, that's such
that mindset.
I think that actually, is maybe my favorite David Lynch movie.
It's up there.
I love it. Love that movie to death.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. It's good to see you back. You've been on a sabbatical.
Hiatus. Yeah.
There you go.
Glad to be back.
Yeah. My favorite scene in Lost Highway, and a buddy of mine was in a drama class in college, and he needed to do like a 2-man play. And I said, let's do the scene where Bill Pullman meets What's his name?
Mystery. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be like, call me. I'm at your house right now. And I'll hand him the phone and he goes, oh my God. And like,
That's
he was
fucking
like,
crazy, man.
yeah, he goes, nobody will know what the hell that is. And I go, exactly. Like, come on, man. But that would have been awesome.
Absolutely.
Didn't happen though. Damn it. Also joining me tonight, we have got a very studious looking giant Chris. He's got a pipe. He's reading a book.
Oh, hello there.
How are you, sir?
Doing
He's wearing a robe.
I'm just enjoying some light reading right now. So I wanted to point out one of my favorite lines in this book that you can actually pick up online somewhere. I don't know where you'd pick it up. Maybe divide by zero online. Just look it up. So the line I want to read is, you dig down to hell and ask the devil what scares him. He'll hand you a bigger shovel and tell you go see for yourself.
I like that. Very poetic.
Hence the robe and the pipe. Very distinguished.
Very distinguished. What are you smoking in that pipe, by the way?
Oh, nothing right now. I'm inside.
Okay. All right. You just like the aesthetics of a pipe. Right?
Exactly.
Keeping it classy.
Exactly. But the beer I have is thematic. It's the last pastry stout in London.
Okay. I've never heard of that. Is it good?
Oh, it's really good. It's from a brewery in North Texas called 903.
Okay. Very cool. Well, it's good to see you, Chris. How's everything going down in Texas?
Very warm today, so we're probably taking a robe off here in a second. We also went from like 30 overnight on Friday night and Saturday night to now it was like 75 most of the day.
Yeah, that's the weather here. That's the weather here too. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Also joining me tonight, I have got the Reverend Harry Powell. Hello, Reverend.
Bonus points for whoever knows what that's a reference to, besides Dan. I got to say, you're absolutely out of your mind. Mulholland Drive is so superior to Lost Highway. I mean,
I love Lost Highway.
I love Lost Highway as well. I mean, of Lynch's metaphorical horror trilogy, it's solid, but man, Mulholland Drive just hits so hard.
I knew it. I knew I'd heard that name. Night of the Hunter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Only one of the best films ever made.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Very good film.
Absolutely. How are you doing, man?
Doing good. How's everything with you?
Haven't got caught yet.
Haven't got caught. Okay, still on the run. That's good. How's the book going? As far as sales, can you reveal the sales numbers?
I don't know the sales numbers. I won't know sales numbers until I get my first royalty check, and we're still a good 4 months away from that. Okay. I can say what I know of it is it's doing really well for a small press book.
That's good.
And the feedback has been, really humblingly awesome.
That's good.
And, a lot of people are really getting it. People on my channel are doing this roundtable kind of book club thing, and you never know when you're writing something whether people are actually going to pay attention to all the work you put in and all the stuff you're kind of smuggling in. To see them pointed out and to draw inferences, and it's amazing. It really is the best part of the whole process, because God knows, like, writing isn't fun. It's rewarding. It can be awesome, but it's not fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the book is doing well. I've got my copy. I've not had a chance to read it yet, but Chris is definitely into it, and I think it's turned Chris into an intellectual. So
I'm not sure. So I describe these books as elevated exploitation for a reason. They're not high art, but yet I think they're intelligent enough to kind of stand out for what they are.
Okay, very cool.
They're not art projects, though.
Well, it's good to see you tonight.
Thank you. Good to see
you. All right, and last but not least, we have got Jack. What's going on, Jack?
No, nothing much, man. Just chilling.
You appear to be in a spotlight.
No, it's well, I got this damn thing from like Walmart or this cheap store, and it's like supposed to give off this like sun thing for like selfie queens. or something. Like you get that sun vibe. So I don't know.
Because it kind of looks like you're sitting in like a room where the sun is coming through a circular window. So it's working.
Yeah, I guess that's the effect I'm going for here, and I'm just I'm chilling, man. Chilling in my new house. That I haven't shown you guys, but like this is like my dining room, I think. You know? And life, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of super chats came in here. Nighttime, thank you for the $2 super chat. Do you own any Halloween ends? Do you own Halloween ends on any physical media? That answer for me is yes. I've got the 4K. Anybody else own Halloween ends on physical media? No?
Not yet. Not yet.
So I'm literally the only person who owns Halloween ends on physical media.
Right now,
Wow.
I mean, I can order it. I just
Wow.
the greatest Halloween movie of all time.
It says something.
It's right up there for me.
And
I mean. Also, $1.99 from Taco Bella Lagosi. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you very much. It's hanging. It's hanging.
And I'm staying away from the chat. Like I got the private chat on. I'm not looking at the comments because I don't want anything ruined in case something.
Well, nobody. We don't have to worry about that. We've got the mods are on high alert tonight.
I'm still waiting for my wrench. Damn it.
But let's dive into. Let's talk about. Have you guys seen anything good lately, Matt? Have you seen anything good lately?
I've been on a not really. I've been on a William Castle kick. I watched Mr. Sardonicus last night, which isn't good, but it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, rewatched Lost Highway. I got the From Beyond 4K, so I was popping that in, a little classic, but it's about it, really. I mean, I'm sure I watched something, but it didn't stick with me. So,
how's that 4K looking? I've heard it looks great.
It looks really good, and I missed out on the Blu-ray, so I'm happy to have it on 4K. They did a really good job. They always do a good job. So.
Good. That's good. Swag, have you seen anything good lately, or bad? Good, bad, indifferent?
I can tell you 2 things bad and 2 things good.
Okay.
Have any of y'all watched the new Sorority Babes? The 2 movie.
Sorority Babes.
Full Moon.
Yeah, I've not watched it yet.
It's barely an hour, I think.
Okay.
Don't have high hopes for that.
Okay.
And then I also watched the remake of April Fool's Day.
Oh, geez, why did you do that? What were you?
Wait, what?
It was one that I was like, I've always seen this, but I've never actually sat down and watched it, and it is just god awful.
Which one is that? Which one is the remake?
The one with Scott Taylor Compton.
Yeah. I think it was 2005, maybe.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Ooh, I only made it through about 15 minutes of that thing, and I was out.
But then on the flip side of that, I did watch 2 episodes of Masters of Horror, the 2 ones that Dario Argento directed, Peltz and Jennifer. I watched those last night, and Jennifer was really good.
See, I remember, I have a more vivid memory of Peltz than I do of Jennifer, but I saw Peltz more recently.
Yeah, Peltz had Meatloaf in it.
Meatloaf, yes, indeed.
Yeah, and John Saxon was in it as well. Saxon, excuse me.
Some of those Masters of Horror episodes aren't bad. I think those have a reputation for being like really low budget and just kind of blah. But like I like the Toby Hooper one that he did with Norman Reedus. I like Cigarette Burns with the John Carpenter one. I thought was pretty good. There was one that Don Coscarelli did that I enjoyed.
I'm trying to. I watched one about a hitchhiker that got picked up, but I can't remember who directed it.
I don't remember which one that was either.
Gosh,
Larry Cohen, Pick Me Up.
Okay, yeah. But Jennifer was surprised. It was really good. The look of the lady was phenomenal.
I'm gonna have to go back and revisit Jennifer.
It's got Steven Weber in it from Wings. So.
Okay, all right, yep. I need to go back and rewatch that one.
Yeah, it's gory and nudity. I guess it was Stars that did that show.
Yeah, it was. I think it went, didn't it start on Showtime and then go to Stars? Isn't that what happened? I think that's what happened.
You could be right, yeah. But I was like, wow, they're showing nudity and guts being ripped up, and I was really surprised.
Isn't that the episode where the it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome in a way, like in that sense of Jennifer?
Yeah, it's like he gets like captivated by this.
Yeah.
She's disfigured, or like I can't really describe it, but her teeth are all jacked up, but they go at it. They have a sexual attention.
Yeah,
and he gets kind of wrapped up in her, and like he abandons his life and whatnot. But
have you watched Fear Itself? That's essentially what it became when it went to network TV. It's a good Wendigo story there.
I actually like Fear Itself more. I really do.
So I'm gonna have to check that out now. I've never heard of that.
I think the thing about the anthology was like the needs of cable TV to have nudity in every episode and have a big gore scene in every episode. It became formulaic, and like taking that out and not allowing them to have that, those constraints actually made the episodes tighter. Not that I don't like nudity or extreme violence, but when it becomes routine because it's just a need for that kind of programming. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I've said this before and people get angry at me, but I think that Masters of Horror is kind of a missed opportunity all the way around, because even the good stuff isn't like as good as some of those directors' best stuff. It never really gets there. And to call a show Masters of Horror, it's supposed to be a yearbook of sorts, right? So
right.
It is the last like great thing that John Carpenter did, though. So I guess that's something, right?
I think the Dance of the Dead episode, it was a lackluster, but in a sense, I think people went into it thinking it was going to be about zombies, but it's actually like the cultural dance of the dead. If you guys got to that,
I remember liking that one. Didn't Toby Hooper direct that one? I think Toby Hooper directed that. I remember liking that one. But I mean, I'm a Toby Hooper guy. Dan, have you seen anything good recently? Bad, indifferent?
I have actually. I watched a film called Holy Spider, which is a true crime serial killer film based on the real life serial killer Saeed Haneh, which I wasn't familiar with this particular case, but the movie's quite interesting. The filmmakers are being threatened with death from Iran. It takes place in the very early 2000s, and a serial killer that was killing prostitutes in Iran, and it's fascinating. I cannot believe they had the guts to make this. I think they had to shoot it in Jordan, I believe, because they were just getting death threats like crazy. But if you're into true crime, really good story. I know they changed some of the details, but a lot of stuff you would not expect from a Middle Eastern movie that they did in that. I liked it quite a bit.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to add that to my list. And speaking of filmmakers who are receiving death threats, I know you saw another movie where the filmmakers are receiving death threats, and that's the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey movie.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
How was that?
I had fun with it.
Okay.
If you've watched some Scott Jeffrey, for anybody that may not know the name, he's produced over 200 films in about 6 years. It's insane. And if you go to Walmart right now, you will find maybe 7 or 8 movies minimum that was produced by Scott Jeffrey. Part of the issue with some of his stuff is they take it a little bit too seriously for the outlandish concepts that they tend to do. But surprisingly enough, I mean, it's a low budget slasher movie shot in 10 days. So, expectations, I'm sure a lot of mainstream horror fans are going to go in and think the production values, but I had a good time with it. I mean, it is what it is.
10 days. What? I didn't know that.
10 days initially. I suspect, and I don't know exactly where, but I suspect you can kind of see where the reshoots were when this
Yeah.
was higher on the internet. Then they punched up certain things, but a lot of things you can pick at. It's not a perfect movie, but what can I say? I went and I had a good time.
I'm shocked that it's in the theater and it's
playing
made.
like 20 minutes, like the theater right down the street from me. I'm really close to just going and see.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy that it's played in the theater and it's already made like what, a couple of $1 million. I mean that's
The lot for that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's again, I think with the sequel they should inject a little more humor, but I was still kind of laughing. I mean, Pooh beating somebody to death with a chain. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get some laughs out of that.
I can't wait till it releases digitally or like on DVD. I know there's this Australian company that is releasing like this box set.
Umbrella. Yeah.
Is it, yeah, Umbrella. Yeah.
With a book, actually.
With the yeah. So, but is it a slasher who done it, or more of a? Because I haven't finished it, but is it like a psychological? I'm thinking psychological
slasher.
thriller.
No, who done it? I mean, Pooh and Piglet are doing the killing. That's not giving anything.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't have huge expectations, but I mean, it's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet slaughtering people. That's got to be good for
The setup is Christopher Robin goes to college and leaves them, doesn't bring them food anymore, so they go feral. They cannibalize Eeyore. This is the first 30 seconds. That's just the setup.
Poor Eeyore.
He decides to go back and visit them, and they're not so nice anymore. So.
I predicted the ending, but I'm not gonna say it here, obviously, but like I want to be wrong, but from the trailer, it's like you could kind of see what the ending's gonna be if you've seen the trailer. Like, I don't know. Maybe I think too much. I don't know.
Thank you for the $5, Bismo Funyuns. I appreciate it. Hey, Piz, anyone here grab sidekicks yet? Anybody get that Vinegar Syndrome sidekicks? Was that that was a 4K too, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh man. Now wake me up when Ladybugs gets a 4K.
Ladybugs.
But I've not. I didn't pick it up. I remember liking that movie back in the day. I don't know if I need it in 4K though. But
it was a Jonathan
Brandis and Chuck Norris.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, imaginary Chuck Norris.
Yeah. I mean, the whole setup, dude, when I was a kid watching that in theaters, I thought it was like amazing because I like the daydream, or I used to a lot. And, you know, it's really psychologically sad if you think about like the deep part of it, of this kid imagining his imaginary best friend's a celebrity, then actually getting to meet him. Like that's pretty crazy.
Well, Lauren, I know we've only got limited time with you. Have you seen anything, any good, bad, or indifferent recently?
You make it sound like I'm going to the hospital to die. So, I mean, the first thing I want to talk about is like something that I think I may have mentioned on another stream somewhere, but I went to go see Patron, which is the fourth film in the YRF spy universe. Which, if you don't know, that's Tiger, Zinda High, and War. These are incredible action films, like action films we don't make in America anymore. But the thing about Patron that's really amazing is it's the film that killed Avatar's #1 position in over 30 countries.
Oh,
wow. Okay.
It's the film that guaranteed that it will not overtake Titanic. It will never get to the #2 film of all time. So if nothing else, Patron gets my vote for that. But it is a really, really, really crazy fun movie. Definitely worth your time. There's a reason it's getting this much attention. And I can't wait for the 5th film in the series, which comes out this November, which is Tiger 3. The other film I saw was called Driver Jamuna, which, if you want to see a really great kind of Unusual Suspects meets Baby Driver type film, really kind of a twisty, surprising, situation thriller. Really cool. It goes places you're not expecting it to go. It's very low budget, but looks really good. Mostly because all the actors are phenomenal. And when it starts to ratchet up the pressure, you really feel it. And again, I just keep going back to the fact that I go to the cinema to see an American film, I end up with Skinnamarink, and when I go to the specialty theaters to see something imported, I tend to walk out happy.
I don't. You just didn't get it. You just didn't get Skinnamarink.
Oh, I got it.
It was
I
an
got it.
amazing movie. Those graphics were just outstanding.
Listen. I will stand by the fact that if it had been a 12-minute short, I'd be singing its praises.
I agree. I gotta agree with you, Lauren. Yeah, it was just.
It's like 2 hours or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it was 2 hours.
It's
on the
2
dot.
hours of looking at wainscoting and
Yeah.
you know, and old VHS copies of cartoons that are in the public domain. That's all it is. Like, everyone thinks before they sit down to watch it that we must be like exaggerating the boredom you're going to experience. No. It is not nightmarish. Like, the people who want to push that, maybe they're like getting some kind of trauma that's surfacing. I'm not saying anyone's lying, but I am saying, like, it's not because of a great filmmaker.
No,
because it's definitely a film with an idea. It's just not an idea worthy of the box they put it in.
Yeah, there is a short called My House Walkthrough on YouTube. It's like 12 minutes. That did pretty much what Skinnamarink did in
Cool.
12 minutes.
I should have gone to the theater to see that instead.
Yeah.
I made it through again. This was another one. I made it through 15 minutes or maybe 20, and it was just like, here's a static shot of the wall that's very grainy. Here's a static shot of, like, you know, a doorway that's very grainy. And I was, okay, what's happening here? It was literally like putting me to sleep.
I think you posted in a private chat, like, I got through 20 minutes. I might go back to it, and I was like, don't.
Yeah,
I think that was our conversation. But what no one's talking about too is the fact that, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but like, all the grain was added digitally later.
Mm-hmm,
Oh,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
So it looks even cheaper. And if you see it on the big screen, I'm telling you, that film doesn't even work on the level it wants to, which is that deeply psychological, like, it's trying to put you out of all your comfort areas for entertainment and put you somewhere else. It doesn't even work that way in the theater. In the theater, I wasn't alone. Like, people were angry walking out of that movie.
Mm.
So, nah. I know Mike loved it. So,
Mike, you a big fan of Skinnamarink?
No. I've not really seen much new that we haven't already discussed on the previous stream. So Skinnamarink was one of the few new films I had seen, which we hadn't previously discussed. Yeah, Skinnamarink, Lauren's already gone into detail about. He's far more eloquent than I can be. So I will just use a very, very English expression and say it was fucking shite. That's it. That's my review. Hated that film. Hated that film.
Ben wants to know if anybody's seen The Outwaters. That's another movie that's getting a lot of hype here lately. Anybody seen The Outwaters?
I saw it.
I did. Theater. Hated it.
Okay. Well, Lauren hated it. Dan, how did you feel about it?
I didn't love it. I had a good theater experience, though. I got to see somebody that was so upset by it at the end, they started crying. And we're still crying at the very end when I walked past the little cafe they had at my theater. So,
was it they made the decision to spend money on the Outwaters rather than pay their rent, and they were regretting it? Because
that could be it, but I'm pretty sure it was trauma with the missing appendage thing.
Oh, it wasn't an hour and 10 minutes of someone's home like vacation footage.
Yeah, that was the issue. It's like, it's a little different from Skinnamarink. You do actually see your characters, but it's like 40 to 50 minutes, and I don't know them. Like,
no, and what I do know of them, I don't like. Those are not likable people. And then it gets all wishy-washy about what's actually happening, and it tries to resolve it with a really dumb reveal at the end of a sign.
Yeah,
it's not good. And if you don't want to see a film that's mostly shot by flashlight for the last act, it tries for a Blair Witch thing. It's not a Blair Witch thing. It's just it's lazy and loud. It wants to affect you by making really loud sounds and shaking the camera and And then it doesn't work as found footage. You can't call it found footage because later on, the stuff that can't be found footage, it's a mess.
It's pretty vague. They're going out there for like a music video shoot, and I'm like, it doesn't really seem like that's what you're doing. It's so
well. They didn't bring the equipment to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was a little confused. I was like, where
they're going to shoot it with
this?
iPhones or something, like a fan
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of it didn't quite make sense. There are a few intense moments at the end, I guess, that upset this girl, but wasn't a big fan of that. There was a lot of limited release horror films. I did like She Came from the Woods, which is another very low budget film. William Sadler's in it. He actually produces it too. Kind of a slasher throwback flick that avoids certain tropes, a little harder to predict. I had fun with that one. That was a good time.
What about Knock at the Cabin Door? Has anybody seen that?
Yeah.
I didn't like Tremblay's novel, so I'm avoiding it because Tremblay's novel I didn't like, and then the director is who the director is. So Shyamalan is not someone I trust. So I think it's just a bad. Like the stars are not in alignment for that movie for me. I think.
I did hear for him though that it was, considering his history of films, that it was pretty good, but I haven't seen it.
It's decent. Batista's very good in it. Who would have thought maybe the best wrestler turned actor recently, but it's one you can watch at home. Like, I don't feel like you need to go out to the theater to see it. There are a lot of differences. There's something ballsy in the book that they don't put in the movie that they probably, in my opinion, should have. I think it would have had more emotion.
Oh, I completely know what you're talking about just by saying that.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
They take that away. The movie has a more definitive ending while the book's a little bit more ambiguous. I don't think I loved either ending. So, but it's an okay little movie. I don't think you need to go out to the theater to see it, to be perfectly honest.
But on the other hand, I will say I want to support something that's actually based on a novel, even if I didn't like the novel. Because screenwriting that doesn't have any connection to any literary form before that is too prevalent in Hollywood, and they need to get back to actually supporting storytelling as opposed to screenwriting as a just kind of own art form.
Yes, I agree, and I wish they would highlight Paul Tremblay a little bit more because
he's not even on the freaking release poster.
Yeah, why not try and make a new name?
Yeah,
get it. There's also another book connected to this that they might adapt. I assume they probably will because why not? I know it made money. Yeah, I don't get it. It's just they buried him, and I don't understand why.
Change the title.
Yeah,
to a worse title.
Yeah,
Knock at the Cabin doesn't even make sense, right?
Seems like he still has maybe a lawsuit here or something, but I don't know.
I think they're paying him. So.
Oh, they probably are. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably bumping up M. Night Shyamalan's name.
Yeah.
If you've read the book and seen the movie, there's the Lovecraft Easing podcast has Tremblay on, and they kind of do a comparison if you're curious. But yeah, it's an okay movie. You don't need to rush out to the theater. You really don't.
Who has seen Infinity Pool?
My answer is like yes to everything.
I've seen that one.
Okay. All right. I'm interested.
Swaggy.
I'm interested. Swaggy, what was your thoughts on Infinity Pool?
Well, the only reason why I went to go see it was Mia Goth. She's one of my favorites now. And Cronenberg, obviously that was a catch to me as well. I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't hear about anything. I just went into it completely blind. And that movie, it's not afraid to go there. There was a scene where, a gentleman like ejaculates and they show like it landing on the ground. And I was like, wow, like that's pretty hardcore. So I would not recommend that for everyone. There is Mia Goth is excellent. I can't remember the other gentleman who was the main actor in it.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, he did a good job, but that movie is not going to reach a big audience because it's pretty hardcore as far as some of that. It goes there. I thought it was okay. Is it something I'd go out and buy? No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. What were your thoughts, Dan?
Oh, I loved it. Brandon Cronenberg's 3-0 for me so far. It's a hell of a legacy to live up to because I've said it before. I don't think David Cronenberg ever made a bad movie, which is pretty amazing when you consider how long and, he's still working. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoy it more than Possessor or not. I've got to kind of let that sink in a little bit, but it's at the end of its theatrical run. But if you're thinking of going to a movie and you can still find it, I do recommend Infinity Pool. It is graphic in terms of, the sex and violence, though, a little more than normal. Yeah, Jay, I know, is a fan.
Gibbs is sold. You sold him on the movie, Swaggy, I think. So.
It was funny just to look at people's reaction to that scene in the theater.
You don't usually see that part in the movie. See, I saw Brandon Cronenberg is 3 for 3 for me, but I actually think Infinity Pool is my least favorite of his movies.
Okay.
I liked Infinity Pool. I love the performances. I thought Skarsgård and Mia Goth were great supporting cast, a lot of interesting stuff going on there. But there were moments in the movie where I felt like it was just being weird for weirdness's sake. Like it felt like the weirdness was gumming up the plot, like it was gumming up the story. I couldn't appreciate the story or the performances because it was just like, let's just make this weird for weirdness's sake. Like, like that crazy orgy was already crazy enough. We didn't need it in a million different colors and 15,000 different cuts. And, it was already weird. And it would have been weirder if he just shot it static straight on, really. We didn't need all that crazy editing and cutting and colors and all that. That just was like, that's you stare at that long enough, you're going to have a seizure. Maybe that's what he wanted. I don't know. That'd be one hell of a trip, wouldn't it? I don't know. But Mia Goth is great. I mean, she's just so freaking good. She is so good.
She's amazing.
Yeah. I've never really up until The Northman, I've never really appreciated Skarsgård or his acting.
You didn't like Battleship?
I didn't see I love the game Battleship back in the day, but I didn't see the movie.
I forgot he was in that.
He's made some solid choices. The movies don't always hit at the box office, unfortunately, but he's got some good stuff out there. It's worth going through his filmography. The East, I remember being a pretty solid one he did, a thriller. I enjoy his work. I mean, The Northman, Infinity Pool, he's been delivering big time for me the last year.
What a legacy, that family. I mean, good God. You've got Stellan Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård, you've got Bill Skarsgård. Then there's the other Skarsgård, who I don't even think is related to them. The guy who was in like the little kid killer movie, Orphan. His name's Skarsgård. I don't think he's related though, but definitely not related. But
are they like the new Baldwins, just more talented?
Yes, I would say yes.
less of a body count.
with a much lesser body count. That is.
Don't kill innocent women.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh my God. I love Crash. That's actually one of my favorite David Cronenberg movies. Love that movie to death.
That's a watch.
Love that freaking movie. We got Chris hanging out with us tonight. / your home video. Yeah, I would say Possessor is better, but still Infinity Pool is a cut above most. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly agree with that. Definitely. If I did a top 10 favorite movies of this year, that would be number one, and I think that'd be it. There'd be no other movies on the list.
Don't sleep on Antiviral, his first film too.
Antiviral is really good. I love Antiviral. Yeah, I agree.
This year certainly is getting off to a much slower start, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, you just wait till Scream 6 comes out, baby. Man.
I don't think I'm waiting.
You've already seen it? Oh God, Lauren, how did you make that happen?
The same way I didn't wait for Halloween Ends.
Well, see here. The reason why I own the 4K for Halloween Ends is I was going to secretly send it to Lauren, but now we've that cat's out of the bag
with an extra slip
Wait,
cover.
why do you have a cat in a bag? Exactly.
It's just how we roll.
Mhm.
It's good luck, right?
I think someone needs to free Hemingway. Start that hashtag.
No, Jeremy would not let anything bad happen to Hemingway. That's for sure. Jeremy'd cut you down. You start messing with his cat. Let's see. Has anybody else seen anything good they want to throw out there before we get into some topics? All right, Jack, go ahead.
Yep.
Jack, you are muted.
I think you muted yourself.
Actually, you're not muted.
You were muted, but
your audio's out entirely. Back out, back out, and come back.
Nope, can't hear you.
Can't hear a thing. I've not heard. Yeah, I've actually not heard a thing from you in a minute. Okay, hold on. Kevin L, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Do you think The Night Brings Charlie will ever come to Blu-ray? Good question. The Night Brings Charlie. I'm sure everyone here is familiar with The Night Brings Charlie, right? It's been a while since I've seen The Night Brings Charlie, but I like that movie. It's pretty silly. If it's gonna happen, my money's on Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything specific about that title, but that's a good bet.
Yeah,
I did see Project Wolf Hunting, which is an action film, but there's kind of a zombie Terminator sort of subplot. If you like crazy, super gory Korean action flicks, I'd also throw that one out there. There's a lot of splatter. It's basically a splatter movie.
That sounds good. That sounds interesting.
I didn't watch anything recently, but I did play the Dead Space remake video game.
So did I, yeah. Platinum that shit.
It was really good.
It was really good, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix of like The Thing and Alien.
Well, it's kind of like Event Horizon 2.
Oh, that too. Yeah, exactly. Definitely a lot of Event Horizon in there.
Is it just an update to the original game?
Pretty much.
It's a whole remake.
Yeah, it's a remake, but like
it's the same game. Yeah,
like the same game. A couple of story beats are different, but the soul of the game is still there from the original. So if you play the original, this is just a better version of that.
Yeah, it's pretty much beat for beat, but it's all updated with new assets and all that stuff.
Yeah, I love that how you could freeze it, you could slow down time.
Yeah,
and that was such a great addition to that. I mean, like that set it apart for me. In the original, at least, you could do that.
You could
do that this one too.
Yeah,
that's cool. Well, let's dive into some Scream discussion here. It has been estimated that Scream 6 is going to be the highest grossing Scream movie to date, with 37 million is what they're projecting.
Are they factoring for inflation?
That possibly that could be it. My fear is I wonder if the leaks will affect that in any way. Just by show of hands, has anybody actually seen the spoilers or whatever?
I heard a couple things.
Yeah, Sam told me with them. So
and you were like, thanks.
I mean, yes, I appreciated it. Yes.
So you guys are aware of the leaks. And mods in the chat, if anybody starts throwing those out there, boot them right out. But I think Paramount may have effectively scrubbed the internet to get rid of those, because what I heard was that they were, as soon as people were posting them, they were going around and yanking them. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't proliferate the internet as much as I thought they had. So
what do they pay more for? Scrubbing the leaks or the actual script?
Probably the leaks, to be honest.
Was it leaked? footage or was it leaked
was-
plots
no,
or
it was actual footage. It was footage.
Oh, footage. Okay, yeah, but
Mhm.
I heard the plot points. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was footage. So yeah, and like I said, I think I caught a little bit of it before I realized what it was, and I scrolled away really quickly. But I think I got one little thing spoiled for me, but I don't know. I did scroll away quickly. Just by a show of hands, who is going to be watching Scream 6 when it arrives?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I mean, on Paramount Plus, whatever the streaming service would be on, like Peacock, whatever it is.
Okay, not going to rush out to the theater though. No.
If the,
I'll save my money for other movies.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be Paramount Plus. I think they're the one that did the last one.
I think
Okay,
it's
it would
Peacock.
be.
I thought.
No, because I think 5 is on Paramount.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's where I watched it at least.
I guess I'm not seeing it then. Oh well.
I bet you'll survive.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be fine.
Like nothing in your life will really change. I promise.
Exactly.
Just watch one of the older ones. Get the same.
Well, yeah, again, watch one of the older ones and just pretend it says 6 at the beginning. You're fine.
I'll just watch Scream 3 twice. Then I'll count. That'll cover it.
And that's probably it anyway.
What? No FOMO? No FOMO? No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't really either.
Okay. But you're going to go watch it though anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
I'll
all
get
right,
around
all right.
to it.
my
Okay.
co-host might make me watch it, but definitely rather watch it at home if I have to.
Do we? Where are your expectations for that film? On a scale of 1 to 10, Dan, what's your expectations?
2.
Oh wow, that is bottom. Matt, where's your expectations?
Oh god, on a scale of 1 to 10, or
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4.
Wow. Okay, Mike, what about you?
Yeah, four,
Wow.
5 tops.
We've got some low expectations. You're swaggy.
I'm gonna go mid range. I'll give it a 5, 6, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
Okay. All right. Well, and Chris, what are your expectations? Even though you're going to wait and watch it at home.
Yeah, I had higher expectations for 5,
Okay.
and 5 did disappoint me. So I'm looking forward to 6 really disappointing me. If I do, watch it at home.
Okay. All right. And Lauren, I know you're
0.
I don't have expectations for
Yeah,
it. 'Cause
exactly.
I'm not going to see it. So you can't enumerate the non-existent. So it's just not going to exist in my sphere.
okay, but Lauren,
That's
I mean,
-1 for Lauren.
people want to know what your thoughts on Halloween Ends are and what your thoughts on Scream 7 are.
Let's tell you what, right
Scream
now,
6. I'm sorry, Scream 6. Yeah.
if everyone out there who wants that PayPal's me $10 and we reach, let's say $5,000,
Okay.
I will watch Halloween Ends, and I will give a probably I'll tweet my perspective on it.
Even if you get bored, you still wouldn't watch it. If you were like, I don't have nothing on.
So Swaggy, here's
Worth his time.
I made a pact with myself last year because we had 2 really great years for the genre in the COVID years, and there were these tremendous years where all these independent and foreign films were coming out that were actually doing exciting things, and it was the first time in a long time I really felt that the genre was back on track. And then things like Halloween Kills happened. And Scream 5 happened. And I realized I have no taste for this stuff anymore. It's just what we've seen before.
Mhm.
So why would I do that when there's so much else out there that I'm actually having fun with? Why would I just go back to that well that I mean, if you want to do that for nostalgia or you think you're personally invested, I'm not telling you what to do at all. For myself, I would rather dig a little bit deeper and find those treasures that I'm actually going to enjoy. I don't care about going online and just venting hate for anything that anymore. I don't want to do it. Halloween Ends is for you guys. It's not for me. Scream 6 is definitely for you guys, not for me, because as much as I haven't liked a Halloween film since H2O, I've never really liked a Scream movie. I mean, the first one was fine the first time I watched it. I never even had a taste for like watching it a second time, and all the sequels suck. So for me, nah. Why would I do that?
This one might change your mind. It's set in New York. Have you heard? It's set in New York.
All right, I gotta go.
Because
See you later.
All great horror movies are set in New York.
Be good, guys. Good night.
I can name it. Okay, see you later, man. I can
Take
name
care.
at least a couple of great ones that were set in New York. Oh, wait a minute. There's Jack. I didn't see him sitting there. What's up, Jack? And I still you are still nothing.
So nothing, sir.
It's got to be. It's something on your end, maybe with your headset or your mic or something.
It stopped working whenever you unplugged that light.
That's right. It did. Didn't it? You must have created a short.
No, I didn't fix it. No. I didn't fix it. I'm sorry.
That didn't fix it.
You look great though.
Yeah. It's got that golden hour light to it.
There you go. Just sit there and look pretty. Just sit there and look pretty.
Looks like a model.
There you go. So it's interesting. We're all gonna. Do you feel like it's? I mean, is there a fear of missing out, or is there just like, well, we've got to, it's Scream 6. We've got to go watch it. I mean,
Well, that's what I was gonna say about what Lauren said. I feel like I kind of have to see it.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
We can
yeah,
hear
I
you
can
now.
hear you now.
there you are.
Oh,
there
oh.
you are.
Yes. Great, dude. I really like. I know Lauren dislikes me. I was trying to comment, and I was just like, man, did Lauren himself just like mute me completely? I'm like, damn, what did I do?
He doesn't have that power.
No.
Oh, so 15 out of for Scream 6, baby. I am all for it. Let's go. That's all I'm saying. And yes, I have been watching something. Last of Us has been great, and The Menu and Barbarian. I think I talked about those before, but yeah.
I've yet to see the menu, but I like Barbarian.
What? It's a slow burner. It's slow.
Yeah, I've not seen the menu yet. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it. Just haven't. It's all right. And are you?
Yeah.
Are you taking off now? Taking off now too, Dan?
Yes. Thanks for having me on, Tiz. Great to see you all tonight. Later.
Always a pleasure. See you, man.
Yeah. Piers, I'm gonna have to jump off as well, man. I've got work early tomorrow, so
Okay.
Oh.
it's
All right.
2 a.m. I'm
All right,
sorry,
Mike. Take care,
Okay.
man.
Mate.
Later, guys.
See you, man.
Good morning. Pip pip.
So, so yeah. I mean, do you just feel obligated to watch it because it's a Scream movie? Is there some obligation there too?
I'm just a fan. It inspired Aaron. Stay off camera. I don't want to get kicked off. It is great. It's a great franchise, and I love it regardless of the flaws.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, Piz, it has to do with being there from the original. I was in high school whenever that first one came out, and I love that one. That opening scene is hard to top.
Mhm.
And so now they can come out with this stuff that's mediocre, and I know it's a relatively the same movie over and over again.
Mhm.
But if it's streaming, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Mhm.
I'll give it an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid of people hate watching it. That's why they greenlit a season 2 for Velma, because everybody was hate watching it so much that the numbers increased on it.
That'll happen.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
what?
haven't either.
Which
I haven't
ones?
either.
Velma on HBO
Velma.
Max.
Oh, screw that. No,
Yeah,
after the
that's what I'm saying.
cockroach fucking.
That's what I feel like is kind of Scream 6. Is everybody kind of almost hate watching it? It's going to increase the numbers. And people are going to keep making more and more of stuff.
Look, what they did with Scream 5 was great.
I
They
think
did
so.
something new and original. Okay, and
Okay. Alrighty. I think Ghostface got him.
He was so passionate too at that point.
He was, yeah.
was.
He had his microphone fixed, and then he just, I don't know. I don't know
That's
what's
a
going on.
sign.
I blame the lights.
Yeah, I think it is that light. Yeah. Somehow the light has caused some issues. I think with his, I don't know. It's caused a
No, no.
short.
Might be a power outage.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I didn't like Scream 5 myself. I thought it was just like saying we hate our fans. That's what I felt like Scream 5 was. But, that's just me.
Mhm.
I'm not a aficionado of horror as much as everybody else is. I just enjoy horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am kind of, I don't know. I'm excited to see it, but I've really tempered my expectations. So I think at the end of the day, all I want ultimately is just a decent slasher. Like, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting a big twist. I'm not expecting any surprises. Just a decent slasher. And if it can deliver on that, then by golly, I'll be happy.
The only thing I think Scream 5 did well was bring Jenna Ortega out into the general audience and people, liking her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know if I'm just a masochist or what, but I don't know. I just have a problem with these legacy franchises. It seems like I don't think they have any idea where they're trying to go, and I don't know. That's just my opinion. It seems like they're just kind of hitting a wall. They're trying to reinvent themselves, and they're not always successful at it. But
that's a good point. I think even if you go back to the Disney Star Wars, there's no plan. There's no plan there.
Oh no, there is no plan whatsoever.
It only hurts the original movies.
Yeah,
exactly.
Overall, it just
yes.
And I think we're going to see with Scream 6 if was this a planned trilogy, or was it all just like, oh well, if this movie does well, then we'll jump on the next one and then the next one?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it was.
I mean, sometimes they can work though. I mean, the previous horror franchises back in the 80s, they weren't always planned for like multiple sequels, but they made them work.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it won't work. It's just I don't want it to be contrived.
Exactly. I think that's what we're trying to be too much of nowadays with our markets. They're trying to make it to where it appeals to as much people as possible. And you can't do that.
And that makes me a little cynical because you see it happen so often. It's like, I don't want that to happen, especially when it's a beloved franchise.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to see that happen.
Yeah.
So
do you think a problem, I shouldn't say a problem, but one thing that hurts Scream is the fact that it is a different killer every time?
I think that should be a benefit.
I think so. I mean, you can only do it so many times, but you could do good things with it. I mean, kind of like 4 was good, the original was good. 2 and 3 I'm kind of okay on, but sometimes you have that avenue to you to where you can do great things with it. It's almost like James Bond. It's always a different James Bond all the different time, but there are great ones and they're not so great ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I mean, I like the idea of each one being a murder mystery, but I hate the fact that, how many times has it been the boyfriend? How many times?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how many times has it been like the movie, nerdy guy?
The movie snob,
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Are they really going to do something new?
Yeah.
Or are they just saying they're going to do something?
Yeah. See, I don't. My fear is that the only thing that changed, it's the same movie, it's the same beats, it's just a different location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did the idea of them pulling out, it looks like, the original mask, it's like somebody's a collector of the evidence from the crime. Does that catch you at all, or is that kind of played out?
Yeah, that's a good point. That is interesting.
It's interesting, but given what they did for Scream 5, I feel like it's just going to be them shitting on physical media holders or people who like to collect things. Because Scream 5, kind of like Last Jedi, left a really bad taste in my mouth. I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm going to hold back.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be here soon.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be here soon. Yeah. One movie that I'm really excited about that I have no doubt in my mind will be a banger is Cocaine Bear. That's dropping this weekend. That up to this point has been like my most anticipated movie of the year. 'Cause, I mean,
That's my second most anticipated. I'm most anticipated for Renfield, but Cocaine Bear looks great because it looks like it's bringing back to the old silliness of just kind of like, hey, this random idea, kind of stuff like that, and then kind of like to fruition. It's kind of sort of based on a true story kind of stuff, but they kind of elevate it like a lot of like previous horrors, kind of sort of based on a true story. They elevated it for their own stuff. I mean, it looks fun.
It does. It looks so absurd that how can you not have a good time?
Exactly. And I think that's what's missing from a lot of horror nowadays is there's either just too elevated, and I was going to say is with Skinnamarink, it's so elevated, it's gone above the oxygen threshold, so everybody falls asleep because they have lack of oxygen. But there's either too elevated or it's not just fun. We're not really making movies like we used to, where it's either just it's going to be fun or it's going to be like smart or whatever. It's just we're too much kind of focusing on just the middle to get as many people as possible.
Yeah, and I like the fact that this movie just looks like a romp. Like it's just going to be, crazy.
Yeah, the trailer looks hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all for that. That's what's got me excited about it. It just looks like it's
a breath of fresh air in a way.
Yeah. It is. It really is. It really is.
I hope there's gonna be a lot enough like kind of like this kind of fun gore where it's kind of like so over the top. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it looks like a big production B movie because it's like, okay, you have a bear and it's attacking people. How can we improve that? Let's give it cocaine.
Yeah,
okay, now I'm kind of interested here.
And the craziest thing about it is, I mean, it really happened.
Yeah,
that really happened.
Once again, not to that extent, but like the bear did die of a heart attack. But they did fine. Yeah,
from eating cocaine.
So much cocaine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That bear is stuffed in a mall in Lexington, Kentucky that I really need to go visit.
Yeah.
So,
did it actually kill anyone?
No, it didn't. But that's kind of like, once again, kind of like a lot of the horror movies we enjoy is sort of based on a true story, kind of like the Green River Killer kind of inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's sort of based on it, but not really the same thing. But they kind of took creative liberties with it and made amazing thing.
Yeah. We got Chris, hop in here, man, if you can. He needs to defend Scream. He's defending Scream in the
we're all
chat.
just crapping all over.
I know, we're all taking a crap on Scream.
As the teller Chris, I override his vote.
Let me add, do y'all remember? All right, so in the first Scream, the killer was the boyfriend and the friend.
Yeah.
The second one, was that the mom?
Yes.
Was she the only killer?
No. It was Aunt Jackie who was the mom of what's the boyfriend's name?
Stu.
Thank you, Stu. And then it was a person she met online on message boards, which makes sense for Scream 2 because back in those days, the internet was a Wild West kind of place.
Yeah.
Killers online.
Yeah.
So then 3 was like the illegitimate son, wasn't he? He was like a director or something like that.
Sydney's brother.
Yeah. Illegitimate. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 4 was Sydney's niece.
Yes.
And the little Culkin kid.
Yes. But I kind of enjoyed Scream 4 for that because it was kind of like, hey, I'm getting all this negative attention because I'm related to you, and it develops this negativity against her, so she wants to do negative things towards her because of all that. It's like, it makes kind of sense.
Yeah. We've got Chris. We've got the shorter yet still pretty darn tall Chris here.
Tiny Chris.
Tiny Chris.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Doing good, man.
I'm here to defend Scream. It's a good franchise, and you guys are crazy.
Okay. What is your expectation level 1 to 10 for Scream 6?
I mean, I'm trying to be realistic. I don't know. I have faith in Radio Silence, first off. And I have faith that they are hopefully making the trilogy, like thinking long term. They probably, hopefully, had the trilogy planned out before they made the first one. And it's gonna go somewhere. I feel like everybody's saying that they have just been making the same movie over and over, which, I mean, maybe to an extent, but they kind of had to make 5 familiar to get people on board.
Yeah.
And hopefully with 6 and 7, they can throw something new at us.
But they
That's
really
my
have
hope.
to do that.
I mean,
That's what I'm
they
worried
did-
about. I hope that they do,
Yeah.
but and I'm sure they know they need to. But I hope they actually do.
I think
I have faith in Radio Silence. They've never made
That's
a
a good
bad
point.
movie, in my opinion, that I know
That's a good
of.
point.
what I was gonna say is I think what's killing Scream is we're keeping the same main characters over and over and over again. I mean, most of the time we change our main cast. We keep the killer, even if the killer is kind of slightly different each time. But we change the main cast. Whereas with Scream, we kind of keep those legacy characters over and over and over again. Where it's like, okay, now they're almost 50. Why do we still like?
Well,
all right,
okay, that's where you have to put your tin hat on. I think that Stu's coming back. Everybody thinks I'm stupid, but
let me see. That would make
think
a
he's
good
coming back.
thing. I would watch that if Stu came back. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
it's the
but-
only reason. It's the only reason to bring Sydney back in 5. If you bring her back in 5 and insert her back into the story, her only like satisfying character arc is to run into somebody from the beginning
I mean, they brought
in the last one.
they brought Sydney, they brought Gail and Dewey back in 5. They brought everybody who was still technically alive in 5.
Kevin Williamson said because Stu didn't appear in 3, he is officially dead in the Scream series.
I don't
But
believe it.
if they brought back Stu at the end of the next movie, you'd get a huge pop. Everybody, nostalgia would just people would need a change of underwear. But I don't think that would last. I think once people came down from that, they'd go, well, this was,
Well, they need to do it in 7. They need to.
well, that's what I said. 7, yes. Did I say
Parts-
6? It should be in 7.
Yeah. Part 6 needs to be without Sydney at all. And then 7 needs to bring her back and end with Stu. In my opinion, that's the best way to do the trilogy.
See, that would be good. I feel like if you left Sydney out, left Gail out, nobody else is alive.
Well, I feel
left
like
those
Gail's gonna die for stakes,
But that's the thing, though. We're still repeating the same characters over again, whether we have them live or kill them. Why can't we just let them be like, okay, yeah, no, there's no reason for Gail to be in New York. She's off writing another book somewhere else, just doing whatever else.
Well, her
We don't
character
need-
always beelines towards the killings. So,
But she's a reporter. She's always beeline towards murder and violence in general. It's not just this thing. I feel.
it's that
Well,
thing. That's her whole
It's
thing.
the thing
is-
that's made a whole ton of money, yes, off the other
Yeah.
stuff. I know, but I don't know. Like story wise, I feel like it's kind of repeating things over and over again. I think that's why it's feeling more stale.
I mean, I agree, and if it were up to me, they wouldn't have brought Sydney back in 5, but they did, and I feel like since they did, there's got to be like a satisfying ending to that.
I mean,
I hope
you coulda-
anyway. I'm just
you
being
coulda had-
hopeful.
I mean, I agree. I mean, you could have already pulled the Stu bomb out with 5 because it was in Stu's fucking house.
Yeah. I don't know. See, they're so fan servicey that part of me thinks, yeah, they'll bring Stu back just for that last big fan service pop. But I don't.
Who
I don't know if
doesn't
that
want
would-
to see Matthew Lillard
Well, yeah, I mean,
play
everybody
that
loves
role again?
everybody loves Matthew Lillard. Everybody
yeah.
would love to see Matthew Lillard back. I just don't know. I don't know if it would make sense. I don't know if that would, after the high of that pop goes away. I think people be like, well, that was just, they were just playing us. Like, that was, that was the cheap pop. You know what I mean? That was the,
As
I don't know.
because it's not probable that he lived, and that's a franchise like this, he probably wouldn't survive. They probably would have mentioned him at some point, but like it's still possible that they didn't and that he did survive it. And that's all you need.
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, he was a rich asshole. He could have just had new identity, could have, hid himself, kind of stuff like that. He could have gone into hiding and come back later. I mean, if you want the ultimate pop, Matthew Lillard shows back up with a Great Dane.
In a smoky van.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now I would be down for that. If they bring him back that way, I'd be down with that. And like after that, he should kill Sydney, and then like the final image is him going. He looks at the camera and goes, "Zoinks!"
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it is.
And then the new animated Velma shows up and solves the mystery.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
And,
Sorry,
and
I
then they
might
walk
have
into
killed
the
you.
house of 13 ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
But
No, they capture Ghostface in one of the cells in 13 Ghosts.
Matthew
Oh,
Lillard
God.
plays every role in this movie.
there you go. Yeah. But he's got the spiky mohawk from SLC Punk. So oh man.
See, to me, I'm like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think we've made a better Scream 7 than we're going to get. Just talking about it right now. I think we've made a better one than we're going to get. Go ahead, Swaggy. I'm sorry.
No, because that's what I just think about. Well, how can you, obviously, they'll give you whatever they want and you got to accept it. But sometimes I think I'm like, well, how could they bring him back? That would make sense. Was he incarcerated the entire time and he got out of jail? Did he escape somehow and he just disappeared? I like to try. I wish I was like in the writer's room and they were like, okay, here's the whiteboard. We're going to like go through these ideas.
I think the prevailing theory is that he had rich parents. They got him off on like an easy charge, and he's just been kind of, off on an island somewhere or something.
Exactly. I mean, look at that amazing house in California. Them parents are rich.
Like a 50-year mortgage.
Yeah.
They're well-to-do. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Again, like they're so fan servicey. I could see something like that happening. I'm not going to put my money on it, but it wouldn't surprise me if that.
It also fits Stu's character. I mean, when his dying words are, "My parents would be so pissed off at me or mad at me," that kind of goes into like his parents coddle him. So they're going to be doing those kind of things for him. So it's like, oh, my son murdered people. I'm going to try and get him off and, hide him from the public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of my favorite lines from the Scream. My mom and dad are going to kill me.
Yeah.
Poor Stu. He was just peer pressure.
Me with the phone, Dick. That's another one.
I love that one. Yeah. So that's how they got him off. He was peer pressured.
Yep.
Into it. They couldn't prove who he killed and who he didn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he just said, "Oh, I just made a couple of phone calls."
I mean,
for my buddy Billy.
We've seen this stuff in real life with the drunk driving kid who was super rich that got off like scot-free with a bunch of stuff like that, and then got arrested again for drinking. I can't remember his name
all
of
the
it.
time.
Yeah,
It does. It really does. Yeah.
So I mean, story-wise, you can easily write that.
And I mean, he only had a television drop on his face.
Yeah, exactly. After being stabbed a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know those CRT TVs, they're light. They
Exactly.
don't weigh anything.
Those were shallow cut.
A couple of pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez. We've got thought I saw a good question in the chat, but it scrolled away from me. I'll see if I can find it. But are there any other? What about Evil Dead Rise? We got any hope for Evil Dead Rise?
Oh yeah.
I'm curious about it. I never got around to seeing the Evil Dead remake. I need to go watch it before seeing Evil Dead Rise because this is a sequel to that. But I enjoyed the original trilogy.
You should definitely check out the remake.
I like the TV show is good.
Oh yeah.
I heard the TV show is great.
Well, that's the thing. That's exactly
the TV show is
it.
based
They've
off-
never done anything wrong.
Yeah,
Like
because the
Raimi
original-
and Tappert and Campbell are really protective.
Mm-hmm.
And like my hopes are sky high for that. I hope I'm not let down, but they've never done anything bad. and I'm hoping they keep with that.
The trailer kind of made me a little bit nervous, but I have high hopes for it. I really think it's gonna be good.
See, I wish I wouldn't have watched the trailer.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't watch trailers anymore.
I'm hoping by the time it comes out, I forget what was in the trailer.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy with the trailer.
I actually kind of liked the trailer. I actually liked the trailer. But I mean that's very wise. See, I didn't watch any trailers for Infinity Pool, so I went into that one having no idea what was going on. I just knew who was in it and who directed it. So I mean that was, and I mean there's no way I think you could have spoiled the plot of that movie in a trailer anyway, because it's just so, anyway.
Not really.
Yeah, so I just kind of went into that one very blind, and I'm glad that I did. And trailers, we've talked about this so many times. They just give so much away that you're better to try and you're
really
better.
Not,
you're better to avoid them at all costs.
Pretty much.
It works, man. I don't watch them anymore. I mean, I'll watch a trailer for something I don't know about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But if it's something, yeah. If it's something I'm
big,
into, though, I'd much rather go into it blind.
Yeah.
Or even if it's something that's really acclaimed, I even then I'm I'm just gonna go into it with blind faith. But
yeah, I've done it for a year and a half, 2 years now, and it's nice.
Yeah, even that Scream Super Bowl ad or whatever it was, I just sort of half-heartedly watched it because I didn't want to know more anymore, and I was just it's just going to be, it's either going to show the same stuff that it's already shown, or it's going to show stuff that I don't want to see, new stuff that I don't want to see. So,
yeah,
but avoid those trailers at all cost.
That's speaking of Super Bowl. That Tubi ad, I guess, gets people riled up.
What?
Did you hear about that?
No, what happened?
Tubi ad?
No.
There was a Super Bowl ad for Tubi, and I guess it came up with the menu for Tubi, and people thought that they'd set on the remote or something. So I guess it came up with the whole thing, it loaded up the app and everything, and people were freaking out about it. Which
I remember
smart.
that commercial. Yeah,
yeah, it's
that was very
advertising
smart.
for people who were it was a whole beam and everything.
Yeah, it looked like you were navigating through Tubi. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I saw that commercial, though. The only commercials I saw that I enjoyed was the Tubi commercial and the Super Mario Brothers commercial.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I was the Tubi ad was all over the social media and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Tubi, man. Good for Tubi
exactly.
that they've got the money to afford a Super Bowl. I mean, that
blew my mind too. It's how do you?
Yeah, it's $6 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Put that money in a Super Bowl ad and in no more Terror Train remakes and sequels, please.
Hey, I watched that Terror Train.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
the complete movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a lot of. Well, I'll just say I didn't hate it.
Okay,
I didn't love it. It's not a great movie, but that end monologue was hilarious. And
I don't know if I remember it. I think I may have blocked all of it.
I honestly cut it off after 15 minutes. I was like, "This is just
monologue is hilarious." And they had good stalking scenes. It wasn't a great movie, but I didn't hate it.
Have you seen the sequel?
No, somebody said it's better though, and I'm gonna watch it.
What about because Terror Train was remade once before with Thora Birch. Has anybody seen that one? I think it was just called Train, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think I heard of that.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, that was years and years ago. I don't remember. I didn't see it, but I used to like Thora Birch, and then all of a sudden, she went from being in American Beauty to being in the Terror Train remake. What happened? Shout out to As Told by Gonzo for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. I remember seeing Scream 2 in theaters. Me and my cousins bought tickets for Home Alone 3 and snuck into Scream 2. Very smart. Very nostalgic for that film. I have a lot of nostalgia for the Scream movies too, honestly. Even the ones that I don't like. I mean, I saw them in the theater. I was right there when the hype train was rolling hard. So, I don't remember if I saw 2 in the theater or not. I know I saw 3 and 4 in the theater. Seems like I saw 2 in the theater.
The thing with Scream is they always felt like big event movies, and they had like the
Oh yeah,
the big strings like in the score and like the ooh and ah moments. They're just fun like crowd movies, you know.
I'll have to check, but I feel like they always had a pretty decent cast too. They always seem to, have the popular person in each one.
oh they did. Yeah, they did. I mean,
Up until 3, I don't think 4 did it, except for
Hayden
what's her
Panettiere.
name? Yeah,
Roberts.
Emma Roberts,
Well, no, I thought Hayden Panettiere is pretty popular.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, that's true.
Because she was a cheerleader in Heroes,
Yeah.
as well as she was one of the characters in Kingdom Hearts, like voice actors, whatever.
Okay, here's a wild twist. Stu is Hayden Panettiere. Okay. He got surgery done. Okay.
And like cut off like a foot off his
yeah,
height.
that's what I was about to say.
They cut his. I mean, they did that in Gattaca. You believed it in Gattaca.
You got the
All right.
cotton heel surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say cotton
surgery.
They cut his legs off at the knees and just like put feet there. It could happen. It could happen.
But also, isn't her character coming back for Scream 6? I thought I heard.
Yeah, she is in
think
Scream
so.
6.
Yeah.
She is. Yeah. I saw Jonathan had popped in for a second. Mr. Bombastic, hop back in here if you can, man. So, yeah. And I see my buddy Gibbs is in the chat. Gibbs, you're welcome to hop on too if you want. That'd be nice. I saw the first 2 in the theater. Scream was huge back then. Yep. Not sure if I saw any more of them.
And that
Yeah.
theater opening in 2 in the theater is just so like it's almost cathartic because you're in the theater and you're seeing this theater setting. It's really cool.
See, that's why I think I saw it in the theater, because like seeing the opening of Scream 2 is really good. I think I like that, opening a lot.
scene too.
Like seeing it in the theater, while you're surrounded by people who are, like just really the bloodlust is pumping. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, hope there's no crazy guy behind me. So, but yeah, that's why I think I'm pretty sure I saw that in the theater. Didn't see the first one in the theater, but I've seen all the others. So,
Tiz, did anyone ever send you that popcorn Scream head?
yes, it arrived today. I'm waiting. I'm going to do an unboxing video with Jeremy. At least I'm hoping that's what's in there. And not like there's not like a snake or something in there. I'm putting a lot of trust.
Full of centipedes.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
I'm really sad that I'm not gonna get one of those because it's so small.
Yeah, I looked out. The closest one was like an hour and a half for me. I was like, that's not happening.
I don't understand why they've made them so like limited, and like they've only placed them in certain Cinemarks. I'm guessing like maybe the larger markets or the more profitable theaters for them or something.
This is gonna sound really pessimistic.
Ghostface?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, sorry, I haven't heard of
looks
this
like
yet.
a bust. It looks like a bust. The bucket does.
Oh, okay.
Like a decent quality bust. It would look so cool on a shelf.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I remember like when they did it for Afterlife, like the Ecto one, and I never found a theater that had it near me, but that sounds cool actually.
This is going to sound pessimistic, but I think a lot of companies, when they do this stuff, they're playing into the reseller market. They know if they make these things limited, like I don't know if y'all saw that picture on Twitter where the dude had like a table full of them, and he was saying $200 a piece. They know if they do that, even if like there's not a crowd going in and getting them, there's going to be that one dude who goes and buys like all of them because he wants to sell them on eBay. I feel like they play into that.
They do, yeah.
Like a lot of corporations do now.
Do y'all know how much they are?
Oh,
like
they're
$20 bucks.
You said it's like $20 or something.
Yeah, I'm sure if you find one, it's $20.
Yeah, like
right.
I looked on eBay and they're going for crazy.
But if you go to the theater, they're like like $20 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see. I found a picture here of it. Let me share the screen. It does look really cool. So I mean,
I want one, but I'm not, spending $100 on it.
That looks good.
yeah. So there's one on Mercari for $125.
Yeah, not 125 good, $20
Jeez.
good.
Right.
But
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that fourth picture though, because that dude went in and bought a shit ton of them.
Yeah,
to
that's
resell
and
it.
then they're gonna resell.
It's
selling
so
them for
it's
25.
dirty,
so.
man.
But see,
Someone's gonna buy them.
it's not a
is-
PS5.
Like $2,000 right there.
Yeah.
See, is this somebody who went into the theater and just bought them all, or is this like a theater employee who
Oh,
just?
employee, 100%.
It's 100%
Mhm.
an employee. Yeah.
Employee. Yep.
He works at some kind of tiny little Cinemark that the manager doesn't care about him. And he's just trying to like make a quick buck and turn around.
I bet he's the assistant manager. He's not the guy. He's the other guy who's like, okay, he's trying to get up there, but I could see someone like that doing that.
And I mean, I've seen a lot of people manage to get them, and let me just say, I mean, there were a lot of people who came forward who were willing to send Jeremy one for absolutely free. So I mean, that was huge. You know, I really, because they could have put that on eBay and got at least $100 out of it, probably easy. But you know, they offered to send it to Jeremy for free, so that means a lot. But I've got one, hopefully in a box out there that we're going to do an unboxing video for. I know Jeremy will get a big kick out of it. We don't have a Cinemark. Well, we do have a Cinemark near us, but it's not Jeremy's favorite. So I was thinking, like, I wonder if they'll let Jeremy take that into the theater and we can pour his popcorn in it, or if they'll, like, you know, be pissy about that. You never know with certain theaters, you know, they may be
Sure,
like,
but I'm sure as long as you're buying popcorn from them, they don't care where you put it.
They don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put it
As long as
on
it's not on the
box.
floor, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. Like, surely they won't make a big deal out of that, because I think Jeremy'd like to watch Scream with his popcorn Scream Ghostface head, you know.
Mhm.
So hopefully they'll be cool with that. But yeah, those things are because there was the bucket, there's a plushie, and there's like a cup, and all of them are going for crazy money on eBay. So
I do like the idea of having something like that.
yeah, that's cool. They should do that for more movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they
That's
should
kind
do
of a
it
catch
for-
to bring you into the theater. You know,
Yeah, they
something.
should do it for most movies.
They do it. They've done it before for other movies. It's just they don't do it very often. You're right. They should do it for a little more.
Yeah, in
I
the
remember-
90s, that stuff was at its peak.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed with that kind of stuff. And it's just like after Batman Returns, it just plummeted.
Big go.
Like
The last thing-
promotional stuff just went out the window.
Demolition Man. That's the one I remember.
The last one I remember that I actually got was for like a It Chapter 2. It was a big cup, and it had like a little tiny Pennywise like holding onto the straw. Or it was like he was standing on the very top of the cup. But you know, I guess that was. I wonder if I can sell that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all those kind of things go for money.
No,
Yeah, there's
sorry.
a Mexican
I'd have to-
cinema that makes those with the toppers.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, you know, they're out there doing it. Maybe because licensing is a lot cheaper or something out there, but
Mm,
like, why aren't American theaters doing that? You know?
yeah. I'd have to find that cup, because after watching It Chapter 2, I probably just either threw it away or broke it into a million pieces or something. God, I hated that movie.
Probably broke it. Yeah.
It's a good possibility.
But bullying is the answer.
Yes, it is. That's how you kill a
Evil
Ageless-
space alien.
evil space alien god thing.
Just
Yeah,
bully him.
Just bully him to death.
I didn't even see Chapter 2.
Oh,
Don't worry, you're
oh,
fine.
I don't want.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, forget about
I
it.
did watch the Pennywise doc though. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I
I've
watched
got
that too,
I've
I
got
like
that
that.
here. I've just not watched it yet. But yeah, I've
which
heard
is
really
on
good things about it.
Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh,
on
is it?
YouTube too. I think.
Well, hell, then I'm going to watch it then.
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
saw
good.
Lovecraft Country was on Tubi, and I was like, "That's an HBO
That was an
series."
HBO show, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like it's on Tubi.
Yeah. I
Everything's
think
on
Tubi picked up a lot of those things that HBO dumped, didn't they?
That'd be good.
Yeah, what's funny about Tubi too is they do edit certain movies. Like I was watching something the other day. I don't remember what it was, but it was something with Linnea Quigley in it. And I was like, "Oh, here comes the shower scene." Oh, what happened to the showers? Like the whole thing was cut out.
Huh.
Like all the violence and the language was still there.
Was it
But they
Witch
just
Trap?
It might have been. It might have been Witch Trap. There's
Is that one that a shower head like hits her in the road or something like that?
She showers in a lot of movies though. But,
Just about every movie. That's why they hire her.
I do think it was that one too, because I was thinking like that's a pretty cool, when she gets it in the throat. I'm positive that was it, by the way. But yeah, they cut that out for some reason. I thought that was odd.
I mean, you had recommended Found at one point, and I watched that on Tubi, and that was not censored.
No, yeah. That's the.
I watched that. I watched that earlier this month, actually, for the first time.
Yeah,
that
was a trip.
What movie?
Found.
It really was.
It's called Found. It's really good.
Yeah,
it is. It's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's on Tubi. It's really good, really good. And there's another movie that I saw on Tubi where they blurred nudity. The violence and the language was fine, but they blurred the nudity. So, but they only do that with not, some stuff most stuff is completely unedited. But I don't know why those two particular things I'd noticed were.
I wonder if they know, or maybe they just got bunk copies and nobody caught it.
See, that's a good possibility because they do have some of the stuff they've got on there is like a VHS rip. I mean, it looks like it's a VHS quality.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
So
some of it's pretty good though.
Some of it is really good quality. Yeah, I was watching. I was too lazy to get up and go get my copy of 10 to Midnight. And I was like, oh, it's on Tubi. Let's watch it. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty much Blu-ray quality.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
they're making money somehow because they got that Super Bowl. I don't know if it's all those ads. I mean, they don't even really bother me, but I mean, they're doing something right.
It's got to be the ads because I know that like filmmakers who put their movies on Tubi, they get a good little payout from those ads, So,
thinking about it in the sorority babes of the Slime Bowl part 2, they actually did blur out the nudity. Now I'm thinking about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
really
interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, because somebody's like watching something on their like an iPad. It's basically like they have a camera set up and they're looking at the women. So you're looking at him looking at the iPad, and they would be naked, but they blurred it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was an inch away from being softcore porn though. So
I haven't seen the new ones.
Yeah, I've not seen that one either.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's out there. I've just not watched it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an hour. It's really short. I'm not gonna give it praises or anything, but there's a lot of nudity and it's kind of funny. I guess
Linnea's not in it, right?
Kelly Maroney.
Okay.
I give them props. If you only got an hour of you don't back in the day they'd stretch that hour into at least 80 minutes and it'd be like some really bad stuff. Now they're like okay, you got an hour, that's fine. It's going on streaming, doesn't matter.
Full Moon is doing a lot better. I've always loved Full Moon, and there for a while it was getting pretty depressing, but the last couple years they put out some good stuff.
I really liked Dr. Death.
Yeah, that's a really good one that they put out recently.
Yeah, I think that was like an hour long. Yeah, I don't remember it being very long.
Resonator, Miskatonic U, that one's pretty good.
Found came out in 2012. Dave. But yeah, I enjoyed. They're shooting like they've band bought like a studio in I think it's in Cleveland, Ohio. So I've been told it's just an old rundown house, but it's a studio and it's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Full Moon Mansion or whatever, is that what they're calling it? I think
that might be. I don't know, but yeah, that's where they're shooting a lot of stuff. I thought that was kind of cool.
As long as it's not downwind of East Palestine, I think they're fine.
Oh God, yeah. Let's hope not. Good Lord.
I mean, he'll be out there, like filming like the dead frogs in the river for like B-roll.
Yeah. or he'll make like what was it the Corona Zombies movie, only it'll be like the whatever tanker zombies or whatever.
Monochloride.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
he'll do it too.
He would. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Brink Stevens directed Sorority Babes 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It had a little bit of Michelle Bauer in it too, which I love her.
Yeah, I do too.
She's my favorite out of the three.
Dr. Death actually had Melissa Moore in it. I used to love Melissa Moore back in the day from Invisible Maniac, Sorority House Massacre 2. Yeah, she was great. She was great. Go ahead, Swaggy.
I was going to say something else that I watched that was absolutely terrible. Well, I shouldn't say that. Do y'all remember Alone in the Dark with Christian Slater?
No.
Oh God.
The Uwe Boll.
I blocked that out and I thought I'd drank it away.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've always heard of that movie, and I've never sat down and watched it until like this past weekend. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like,
Yeah.
That is one of the Uwe Boll masterpieces.
yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah, it
Hey,
had
I have a
Steven-
soft spot for Uwe. I think he's the modern day Claudio Fragasso.
I don't know. I wouldn't. Claudio. Well, no, they both thought they were making masterpieces. So.
Yeah, and they're not.
Did Claudio
Yeah.
beat people? Like, did Claudio beat his critics in the boxing ring?
I mean, he
gave him.
He got pretty upset at a Troll 2 screening where everybody was laughing.
I mean, yes, he
He was
did.
very
Yes.
upset because they
But
were missing his
Uwe
master-
Boll actually brought his critics into a boxing ring to say, "Hey, you could fight me," and didn't tell them ahead of time he's an amateur boxer.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
So I think you can find that footage on YouTube. I mean, like he beats up these people. Like I don't know what they were thinking, but he beats them up. So
I remember it.
yeah,
Well, I was a big fan of the game, like the original game series
Oh,
in the
yeah.
early '90s, and I was like, "Oh, they're making them." And it's just
what was it about Uwe Boll and video game movies? Because it was
Cheap.
they did the
Tax shelters.
money laundering probably
Yep.
in there thrown in there too. Yeah,
Yep.
because he did Alone in the Dark. He did the what was it,
House of
Blood
the Dead.
Rain, and
Blood
House
Rain,
of the
House of the Dead. Yep.
He did another one too.
And
Postal.
Postal.
Postal. Postal too.
House of the Dead actually had cuts of like the video game in it.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Before
I'm
that
sorry,
movie,
guys. I can watch House of the Dead anytime. It's hilarious, dude. Some of the
Before that
editing in
movie-
that movie, man.
before
Sorry,
that
Dave.
movie came out, no, it's fine. Before that movie came out, there was a rumor that they'd cut in game footage into the movie. And people were like, "No, you can't do that. How dare you do that?" Uwe Boll did an interview and swore there's no game footage in the movie. And there's game footage in the movie.
So I never watched it. Was it footage from the first game or the second game?
I have no idea.
First
Yeah.
game, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
It would be like the zombie like slashing at you or something. You know, that's what
Yeah,
I
it was
think I
basically
remember it was.
It was basically a scene transition.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So weird they did that. But I mean, it's Uwe Boll.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is when I talked to Dave Parker during a Bloodstream I did with him, he wrote that movie. And what's on the screen is not what he wrote.
Of course not.
So it's funny. It was like, so have you ever met Uwe Boll? Did you ever talk to Uwe Boll about this? No, never. I met him afterwards, So he's like, Uwe just came in and did whatever he wanted because he brought the money to these movies. That's how they got
Yes.
made. He brought the money with him to make them. So
Yeah. Because even that Alone in the Dark, that had a high budget.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
$20 million budget.
and that was
2005.
Blood Rain.
15
Blood Rain
years
couldn't have
ago.
been a cheap movie. It looks expensive.
yeah, and what's funny, the writer who wrote Blood Rain co-wrote American Psycho, and she's got some interesting stories about working with Uwe and how the story changed from her script to the film, So, but yeah, you went. That's quite a from American Psycho to Uwe Boll's Blood Rain. Yeah.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
That's right. Ben Kingsley. Oscar
Yeah, what
winner
the hell
Ben
is he
Kingsley.
doing? Yeah.
Look, you throw enough money at people, they're gonna show up. I mean, look at some of the people who were. I mean, like Jason Statham was in one movie with him. He got
Kingdom something or other,
something like that. Yeah. So I mean, he was able to afford decent actors because he brought that money himself. So yeah, whatever. Oh, Perry's got a question for us here, and I think we're all going to be in agreement on this one, Perry. Would you boys recommend Shudder for $5.99? Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yes.
oh yeah,
I'd pay $20 a month if I had to. Honestly,
I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm shocked that Shudder is still only $5.99.
right? Yeah.
They've got a good selection of stuff, and not just like the mainstream stuff, but I mean they got a lot of giallos. They got a lot of lower budget stuff. They get a lot of really good premiere movies. Some of my favorite movies from last year were actually Shudder premieres.
Yeah.
Like Moloch was one of my
Moloch, yeah.
Yeah, Moloch was one of my favorites. The year before they had what was that movie called? What's the little like the during the holidays
Advent
the Advent calendar.
Mm.
I really like that movie. It came out a couple of years ago. So there's a lot of good stuff on Shudder for $5.99. It's a steal.
mm-hmm.
And you get Joe Bob every
You
year. With
Joe
hopefully
Bob.
Creep Show. Which, by the way, not to change it, we can talk about this more, but is Creep Show coming back? I thought it was.
I've not heard anything. I'd be shocked if it isn't, because I mean, it seems like people really. I like Creep Show.
Well,
Not
it's been
every
over a year.
Yeah, not every episode was a banger, but you know, the ones that were good, I thought were really good.
True. But I was going to say also with Shudder, I was going to say to further say, like, if you only watch 1 or 2 movies a month, it's well worth the $6.
Oh yeah.
And
That's probably
it's not a service you're going to pick up and you've seen everything.
Yep.
No.
There are
And
tons
especially
of
if you're into
movies, from like
physical
classics
media.
to really obscure stuff. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
if
great
you want to
service.
screen something. I mean, some of those movies on there are $35 for the Blu-rays, 4Ks. You know, that alone for one movie, it's like check it out and then get the 4K if you want it or whatever. Like, there's a lot of stuff on there you probably don't recognize.
Yeah. So Perry, I would we all definitely recommend Shudder. Can't go wrong.
probably
with it.
the cheapest streaming service too.
It really probably is. Yeah.
Definitely the most value for a horror fan.
Definitely the most bang for your buck, and like even like some of the cheaper, because I think like it's either Peacock or HBO Max. There's a $4.99 tier, but you've got to sit through ads. Here,
Yeah.
$5.99. No, okay, no ads, nothing like that.
Peacock.
Yeah.
But the ads aren't terrible. It's like the first minute of the movie, you watch a couple of ads, and then it's completely fine after that.
See, I don't care about the ads on Tubi. That gives me time to get up and go to the bathroom or go get another drink.
I don't
or
mind it
something,
either.
you
But that's
know?
what we grew up with.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So it's almost comforting.
It is.
And their ad placement is on point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
wondered that.
The
Like,
best
how
of
do they
all
do
streaming
that?
services. I don't know, because like it seems like it's very apparent with other streaming services. There's always going to be an issue with it where it's like,
It's just like here's
because
an
it's a
ad.
video stopping
Yeah.
and another one starting, so there's always going to be like delays. But Tubi's got it nailed, dude. They've got it down to a science.
And they don't start an ad like right in the middle of a important scene. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
It's not like
Perfect.
where it's automatically think like, okay, at the 15-minute mark is an ad, at the 30-minute mark is an ad. Like, it's not that. They actually
No.
choose.
It's
when
almost
there's a
like
transition.
commercial break time. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Like somebody watched the movie ahead of time. Like, okay, put the ad here. Put the ad here.
Yeah,
Put the ad here.
right.
How would you like to be that person who has to watch the movie and then decide where the ads go?
That
Oh
is-
no! What
I'll
a
do
terrible
that.
job.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Probably makes like 6 figures.
Yeah. Let's see. Cliff Booth says Dark Glasses. Dark Glasses is actually on Shudder, as a matter of fact. I liked Dark Glasses a lot. That was one of my favorite movies from last year. That was Argento's best in many, many years. I liked it a lot.
Glorious was in my top 10, and it's a really good one too. It's a
Okay.
Shudder original.
Glorious.
I
Put that on the
think,
list.
if I remember correctly, Dan's top 10 from Flesh Room flesh wound features, like 7 out of his 10 was on Shudder. Like, it was really impressive.
Wild Wrangler Piz and Crew buying the Texas Chainsaw 74 4K. I've got mine pre-ordered. Anybody else picking up the Chainsaw 4K?
Yeah, I got it pre-ordered. I'm not doing the steel book, but I got it pre-ordered.
Yeah, I've got just the regular one pre-ordered too.
I'm not a
sticking
physical
with the
media
Blu-ray.
person, really, but I may pick it up because I really enjoyed it when I watched it.
What's not to enjoy?
Yeah, I know,
Honestly. Yeah. Swaggy, you not getting the 4K Chainsaw?
No, I got a question though for y'all about that one. Have
Sure.
y'all heard that Hooper has said that was actually like a dark comedy?
Yeah.
Is he like BSing? Well, obviously he's passed away now, but was he BSing about that? Or-
I'll tell you this, because this is a weird thing I have with Texas Chainsaw. I watched 2 first.
Oh.
2's my personal favorite of the franchise. I'm not claiming it's better than the first one. It's my personal favorite. But if you watch 2 first and then go back and watch 1, then you start to pick up on the comedy a little bit more.
Yeah,
Because that was how
more
my
you-
experience. And I picked up
I
on the
could see-
comedy when I was pretty young in the first one, but I had seen 2 already. So
Yeah, if you
I mean,
watch
I could
it in
see
that
that.
frame of mind, then you can definitely pick up on it. It's not as obvious as 2, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But
what's
you
the
can
music?
kind of-
The music changes
Yeah.
the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know.
True.
But there's definitely some dark comic elements in there with, the family and, Leatherface being kind of the whipping boy and, look what your brother did to the door and stuff like that is. Well, and one thing that Hooper said he thought was one of the funniest things was like the whole, trying to get Grandpa to hit Sally with the mountain. He's just so
I mean,
desiccated.
It just keeps dropping the hammer over and
Funniest
over
part of
again.
the movie.
Yeah. So that was part of the reason why he wanted part 2 to be as overt with its humor, because nobody got the humor in the first one.
Yeah, that would make sense because the second one is so over the top, and comparing the 2 is not even close. But I'm like, how did he make one of the best horror movies ever, but then say, well, it was supposed to be kind of a comedy, or there's comedic air,
Yeah, it blurs that line really well.
It does really well.
That's kind of Evil Dead. Evil Dead,
True.
1 was kind of like really
True.
serious horror. Evil Dead 2 got a little bit of comedy, and Evil Dead 3 is just straight up comedy.
Yeah, and of those 3, I think Army of Darkness, I think, is probably my favorite.
Yeah, same. Even though
They're
I love
tied for me.
2.
They're my I consider them both my favorite movie of all time because I can't choose which one's better.
Which one? Evil Dead 2 or
2 and Army of Darkness are
okay.
They share my spot for favorite movie.
I favor Army of Darkness more because that was the first one I watched. A little more nostalgia for that, but that was like every time I channel surf and Sci-Fi Channel's playing Army of Darkness, I stop and just stop from where they're watching it and continue.
Yeah. There's something about Evil Dead 1 that kind of gets on my nerves after a while. All the screaming and yelling and that kind of grates my nerves after a little while. But 2 is 2, and it's it's beloved, and I don't know. I don't know. I've always kind of leaned more toward Army of Darkness, but that's just me. I can watch any of the 3 anytime, pretty much. But yeah. And Evil Dead Rise, bring it on.
Yeah, I haven't watched the remake in a long. I think the last time I saw it was in theaters when it came out, so I got to rewatch that before Rise.
I'm currently rewatching the series, so
yes, I got to do that too.
One thing that I really liked about the remake was just the visuals, like when she's first possessed in the woods, like that. Just all those visuals just look incredible. Such a great looking movie.
And
there's things that
like the third act, it's really beautiful too.
Yeah, there's things I don't like about it, it's but it looks great, and it's got a nice energy to it too. So
yeah, I can't remember whoever wrote that or whoever directed it, that's taking on like a masterpiece, and they really like nailed that though. Like that was not a letdown at all.
Yeah. Fede Alvarez.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, that's I would be so intimidated by doing that, but
yeah,
he knocked it out of the park, in my opinion.
And this guy, Lee Cronin, is that the person who's directing Evil Dead Rise? I watched because when I found out, I went and saw like, what did this guy do? Why did he get this directing opportunity or whatever? And he had done some 50 States of Fright on Quibi, which I don't know if anybody knows what that is.
I remember Quibi.
3-minute
Quibi,
shorts.
Yeah.
And they were produced by Sam Raimi.
Oh.
And Lee Cronin did, it was one or two of them. And I mean, it was really good. It was really suspenseful. And so
wasn't that a streaming service that didn't make it?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. Like they offered like free service for like a month. And then from what I heard, everybody watched everything that was on it.
Well, because I think their thing was like 3-minute videos, wasn't it? Because that's what 50 States of Fright is. It's 3-minute shorts.
Yeah, it was trying to be like the TikTok of like streaming services. It felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I vaguely remembered Quibi, but like I know it's not around anymore. So
yeah, it lasted all of like 2 years.
Now Roku bought their library, I think.
No, Wild Wrangler. I think Evil Dead Rise is like a standalone thing.
No, I thought it was a sequel to the 2013 remake. I thought it was.
I don't know. It looks to me like a standalone thing, but I don't know. I don't know.
I'm willing to watch it.
Well, the concept so far, I think, is that everything is kind of loosely in the same continuity, even if it doesn't seem like it's in the same reality or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. And that was one that, just like Smile, it was supposed to go straight to streaming, but they did a test screening, and the test screening scored so high that they were like, let's put this thing in theaters.
Tell Chris you're right. It's a sequel, supposedly. Okay. That's what it says on Wikipedia. So
yeah, and that, once again, that's kind of people editing things. And the way the trailer felt, it felt like I never saw the remake, but I've heard a lot about it. So that's what the sequel kind of felt like. Sorry, that's what it feels like, a sequel to the remake. Is a lot of the stuff in the trailer felt like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame because I heard that girl that played Maya has like bad shit to say about her time on the remake, and it's a shame that her character can't come back because she was really good.
Well, I heard that her and Jane, I forget her last name, but she was really good. She was also in Fede Alvarez's other movie, Don't Breathe. But see, I heard they had a falling out because somebody had asked her why she wasn't in Don't Breathe 2, or somebody asked the director why she wasn't in Don't Breathe 2, and he responded, and she didn't like his response, and she kind of,
she threw shade at him. I don't remember what was said, but
yeah, she threw shade at him. Yeah.
And he came out and said, like, damn, it's nice to know because I thought we had like a good time, and she was just kind of like, apparently not.
Yeah. Jane Levy. That's it, Jane Levy. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we call it a night? Nothing at all.
Yes,
have we covered
everything?
Have we covered all the bases? Okay.
I mean, it's still early in the year. But it's just looking forward to things coming out this year, maybe. But
Well, Matt, I know you and who was the other gamer?
Oh, I play games.
Okay. Giant Chris, are you guys excited for like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game that's coming out? Or
I mean. Not really, because I'm not a big multiplayer kind of game, like solo kind of stuff like that. Because I know the same thing for Killer Clowns from Outer Space game comes out this year. It looks cool, but I'm not a big multiplayer kind of thing.
Okay.
Is it because of the toxicity?
No, I just don't like waiting on others.
I played Dead by Daylight, and
that's what it feels like. Dead by Daylight, same thing as Killer Clowns. Yeah,
and you couldn't play a game without like at least 2 of the people that you played the game with sending you a DM after,
I believe
telling
it.
you how worthless you were and
Oh yeah.
how you needed to kill yourself.
Yeah.
I remember that when I
Man,
was
this game's
playing.
real fun.
Oh yeah. I'm playing Marvel
Yeah.
vs. Capcom 3 online and getting like messages over and over again. Like, all right, fine, whatever, dude.
Well, I mean, back in the day, the old Call of Duty lobbies were pretty hardcore. You'd hear a lot of stuff in those lobbies. I don't remember any really any toxicity in like Friday the 13th, the game. Well, I mean, there were people who did like they exploited the cheats and the glitches or whatever, but that was about it. Nothing like messaging you after a game and telling you to do harm to yourself or anything.
Mhm.
But are you looking forward to Chainsaw?
I mean, I'm gonna play it. I saw some gameplay. It looks pretty good. I'm not probably gonna go crazy over it. I'm more excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake. To be
Yes.
honest,
Yes.
that looks amazing. But I will check it out. The Leatherface game.
Is the Leatherface game set up like Friday the 13th game?
It looks that way.
Yeah. It seems that way.
It's like your Leatherface versus
The group. Okay. Yeah.
Wasn't there something about, I might be wrong because I'm not a gamer, but I thought I heard somewhere that they were gonna have like instead of the asymmetrical like 1v4, they were gonna have something with the family where you could be like,
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, yeah.
You can play as the family. I think it's like a maybe it's a 4v4 kind of thing.
What if you stuck
I
as
think even
grandma?
the grandfather has a. I think he even has.
Wait, not as grandpa. What if you stuck as grandpa? He was like dead in the corner, kind of.
No, but I think he can like teleport.
Weekly.
I swear to God, he can like teleport and like all this stuff. Unless I'm like just like I was tripping or something, but he does have a playable part.
Well, I mean, you can teleport as Jason in Friday the 13th. I can't imagine teleporting as and like Leatherface. Well, I don't know.
Because I think what he does is he can like see people through walls, or I don't know. It's like I don't remember, but yeah, you can play as everybody.
Can you play as Matthew McConaughey?
I wish.
that's what I want to.
That character might be DLC at some point.
Skin.
He plays like the little brother taking photos of everybody. Like, oh, he paid me for the photo.
Yeah. They'll have all kinds of different. They'll have all the different Leatherfaces. That's what they did with Friday the 13th, the game. They had all the different Jasons. They'll have like probably different locations. You'll have you'll have stretches. Radio station to run around in at some point, and like I don't know.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Like the
Jessica Alba.
You'll have Jessica Alba in her tank top. Yeah. So that'll probably happen.
Well, are we
Honestly,
getting Alexandra Daddario then?
That's what I was thinking that too. I was like,
Wouldn't surprise me. So apparently Big Crack Rock has also been told to self-harm in Dead by Daylight to such a degree that he's come to like it. So
Yeah, I used to get told that in Dark Souls all the time.
If you get really good at it, I imagine it's kind of fun to like rape them in the game and then just wait for their messages to roll in.
It's a guarantee. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls is definitely like that kind of stuff like that. You just kind of
I used to get messages.
invade somebody's area and just wait for a certain area and just
all kinds of great messages.
I actually had that in Dark Souls 3 because you play Dark Souls 3 Dream Emulator.
Yeah.
So after you fight the priest and that big stairwell, somebody invaded me, and I was by the stairwell. I waited for somebody to kind of like lunge at me. I just dodged and just fell off the side.
That's the best.
Funny. I did play Doom on PC way back in the day. I did play Doom on PC.
Oh, original Doom? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I love Doom on PC back in the day.
Doom 2016 is really good too.
Is it?
Which one?
The Bethesda one.
Yes, I've actually played that one. I've played
Doom
that
Eternal,
one.
I played that one too.
Yeah, Doom Eternal is really good too, but the one right before Doom Eternal.
Oh,
the reboot for Doom.
Yeah. The whatever version.
2016.
Yeah.
That made me try to think of the old computer code because I used to play.
IDKFA,
IDDQD. I have them all memorized.
Yeah.
IDCLIP. You can walk through the walls.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's like the Contra code.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody remembers the con. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. You know.
BA start.
Yeah, yeah.
Had to get those 30 men.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or like punch out the code that would take you directly to Mike Tyson. So you just cut out the middleman and just go straight to your doom. You know what I mean? You get knocked out in 5 seconds.
And that was word of mouth. Like
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, it's like
yeah.
Maybe Nintendo Power might have a code like that, but that was just you talking to your buddy and be like, "Hey, let me borrow this game." Oh yeah, by the way, here's the code.
Yeah.
Or you got the you rent it and it's written in the back of the manual.
Yeah. You would rent it on Friday and you'd return it like on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then hope somebody doesn't erase your save.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh man. That brings back a lot of memories. So many of my renting video game memories was like I'd rent a video game, have no idea how to play it because of course it never came with the booklet.
No.
And that's a total waste. That's just a wasted weekend. Like, So
yeah, like Friday the 13th on NES, people are now figuring out that it's a really like not perfect game, but a deep one.
That was how I was introduced to Friday the 13th because my dad had that on NES.
You couldn't figure it out then because the manual didn't even tell you how to play. No. People are figuring it out now.
Even the game instructions aren't correct. Like they tell you to use the torch to light all the fireplaces. That's not that. You use the lighter to light the fire. But you don't even have to. You don't even have to light them.
Oh, that's it right there. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Man, that cover scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Dude, you can get they're not originals, but they're reproduction cases on eBay for $10, man.
Oh, I'm getting one.
I've got an original inbox with the the book with the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
I used to have one. I sold.
There we go.
Like an idiot.
I can't remember the name of it. There's a charity auction house that sells like autograph stuff, and they have like the first Jason, the guy from the very first movie, like at the end of the lake. He signs the like screenshot from the Nintendo game.
Oh, wow.
Because Jason was like purple, if I remember right.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that game, like you said, that game was that was like the first game that had like that I remember that had like a map system and like you could like swap characters and there was it was
soundtrack though, that music too was so creepy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. The little warning is like campers being killed or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember whenever you would throw the rocks, they arched a little bit, and that was such a pain in the butt. It was like, who invented this?
Is it LJN, man?
Yeah, it was.
Because they also did the Nightmare on Elm Street game too. LJN did that.
Yeah, they did. They also did Jaws, which I love the Jaws game too. But the Jaws game you can beat in literally 3 minutes. You can beat Friday the 13th really quick if you know what to do.
Yeah.
Also, but both those games get a lot of crap because they're LJN and because I mean they're not perfect, but they're fun.
Oh, and then if the game wouldn't play, I remember my buddy taught me. You would pull the game out, and then you would kind of slam it down, and then that would make it work. You wouldn't shove it all the way in. You would leave it a little bit, then you'd have to snap it down. That was
there was also like you would like blow into the bottom of it.
I did that all the time.
Yeah.
And like somehow that would work. I don't know how that worked, but it somehow worked. Yeah, it was
magic.
Mm-hmm. That NES magic. There was also a buddy of mine used to say like he would take a pencil eraser and stick it in and erase the like rub it on the card.
Yeah, actually it would work better than blowing.
Yeah, and he would be like, this is how you erase a game. Like he really thought if you did that, it would erase the game. So
it's like back then there was no save points. We just played that shit for like 10 straight hours until we beat it.
Yeah. Some of those games were like brutal too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, God, some of them were so like this is intended for kids. Is just brutal games.
Yeah, like Ninja Turtles on Nintendo.
It's apparently a great game. Oh my God.
But I never could get past the water level.
Well, I was
Oh,
playing
yeah,
Mega Man.
That was
reeds.
impossible.
I would
Yeah.
play
It's
up to the
impossible.
water level and then just die, and that was the game to me.
That
No,
was it.
I
Yeah.
made it past
No,
it
that
a
was
couple
it, yeah.
times, but it's still annoying.
Or Battletoads.
About
Battletoads
is also
is
difficult.
it's
Turbo
very
Tunnel.
difficult. Yeah.
I was playing Battletoads the other day with my buddy, and it's like if I didn't have save states, forget
Yeah.
it. Like, thank God for that nowadays.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we made it without save states, without like breaking the game and breaking the console and breaking the controller.
Oh yeah,
Something just broke.
my cat's
know.
wilding out over here.
I will say though, Turtles in Time is
That
a
was a great
fucking
game.
that one is excellent.
Turtle Times is a great. Hyperstone Heist, the one
Yeah.
for Sega Genesis, is also really good.
Sega did it slightly different. Yeah, for
It
some-
did,
yeah.
but it was still really good. The recent release for Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, is really good if you like those old ones.
Yeah, me
I've
and
heard
my
of that
friend,
one.
I went to a buddy's house and we beat it. We got pizza and
Oh,
sodas
yeah.
and beat
Perfect
it.
way to
and
play it, yeah.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Pizza and Mountain Dew. Oh, that's
Do you let's close on this. Do you guys remember the very first video game you beat? Matt, what was the very first video game you beat?
I just off the top of my head, it was probably Super Mario Brothers 3, most likely.
Okay. Swaggy, what was the first game you beat?
It's got to be Contra. I had an Atari, but I just don't remember beating any game for the Atari. But I'm pretty sure it's the original Contra.
Okay. All right. Chris, do you remember first game you beat?
I think it was Metal Gear Solid. And that was
Ooh.
because I'd never beaten games when I was a kid. But when PlayStation came out, that's when I was like actually playing games like for the duration. And I think it was Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
That's a tough game too.
It is.
It's a great one though.
Giant Chris, do you remember the first game you beat?
Mega Man 2.
Okay. Those Mega Man games were really hard too.
Oh, they were, but I was able to beat 2.
Oh.
You had to know who to go through first.
Exactly.
That was the
Yes.
key.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
2 was easy because it was either Metal Blade or something else. So if you try Metal Blade first, it didn't work,
And then
you
the
move
rest
something
of the
else.
game, wasn't that bad.
Mhm.
I think the first game that I beat was Super Mario World on Super Nintendo.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Did you get 100%? Like get all the Star Road and
Yep.
everything like that?
Oh yeah. Got them all.
Nice.
Yeah. That was and that was a fun game I would just play over and over again. Just like
Oh,
even
yeah.
though, it was I thought that was a
Still
super
fun
fun game.
today.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 and World are my favorites for Super
Yeah.
Mario.
Mhm.
Getting the cape and flying. Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that was such a great addition.
Mhm.
Riding Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a super fun game. And it was fun to just I would just warp directly to Bowser and just try to beat him as fast as I could and stuff. So that was a fun game. I saw somebody mention Mortal Kombat 2. I remember beating Mortal Kombat 2 with Melina because I just spammed her little kick onto Shao Kahn until I chipped him out and he died. So
You didn't use Sub-Zero, just kept freezing him and do the slide?
I didn't see. No, he was killing me with everybody else, and I was like, let me try Melina because she's got that kick where she goes off screen and comes back, and he just kept blocking it, and eventually I chipped him out. So
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how I played fighting games back in the day. But I've seen a lot of great games in the chat, like Darkwing Duck, Classic Demon Head. There's a lot of great games in the chat mentioned.
yeah.
Clash of Demon Head, isn't that the band from
So
Scott
that's the
Pilgrim
reference
versus
to
the
the
World?
video game. So
Nice.
Scott Pilgrim, I love Scott Pilgrim because there's a lot of references to things I grew up with.
That's a great movie too.
Oh yeah.
For me, Zelda: A Link to the Past was like the freaking game on the
Oh
Super.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
That was a good
open
one.
world, and then you beat it, then the world flipped, and oh
Mhm.
man,
Mhm.
Yeah, I was a Sega kid too. I had a Sega.
Same.
Yeah, I had an NES and a Sega Genesis.
Yeah, that's what I had. I went from NES to Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Akeem, who was your favorite fighter on Mortal Kombat 2? So talking about Nintendo power, like when Mortal Kombat 2 came out on Super Nintendo, I was freaking obsessed
Well, see,
And-
I liked it for Genesis because you had the blood code. So you got to
Yeah.
see how blood.
Blood code. Yeah.
Well, see,
Up,
what's-
down, see, left, see, right, see. Remember that?
you had
Well,
had
the-
blood in Mortal Kombat 2 on Nintendo.
Well, yes, but in the
but not
original,
Mortal
you
Kombat
had
1.
sweat.
No.
Did anybody go to arcades?
Oh, of course.
I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Aladdin's Castle.
Mortal
and things like that.
Kombat was so huge, I think, because when you went to an arcade, there would be a crowd around
Mm-hmm.
the Mortal
Mhm.
Kombat cabinet. And
Yeah.
like later that went to Killer Instinct 2 and Tekken.
Yep, Killer
but,
Instinct.
but
Yep.
Yeah,
originally it was
Tekken
Mortal
took that
Kombat.
over.
And it would just be like kids watching, like the older kids who were actually good, like having these like knockdown dragouts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so epic because like
Oh yeah.
the arcades were buzzing. And
Oh,
before
yeah.
before Mortal Kombat, like they were cool, but that's what really made it like an
Mhm.
awesome like hangout place.
And
Mhm.
everybody
'Cause it was
tried
almost
doing
like watching like boxing matches or something.
Oh yeah, and everybody tried like summoning like reptiles like Toasty and things like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
If somebody pulled out a fatality, dude, it was like
He
Oh, yeah.
popped up in the corner, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
He
don't
did.
say
He did. He did. Yeah, I remember the very first time I saw Mortal Kombat because I'd never seen a video game like because I mean the fight they looked real. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because it was real captured.
And like
Yeah.
I remember watching this dude and just being like blown because this was like the first time I think I recognized like there's skill to playing a video game because like this guy was playing Scorpion and he was doing the spear and you know what I mean,
Get
the
over here.
teleport and he did the fatality and I was just
Oh,
my
yeah.
mind was blown. He got all the way to Shang Tsung, but when I saw Goro with like the 4 arms and him, this is like nothing I'd ever seen in my life. I remember asking the guy too, like, how do you do the spear? And he's like, it's just back this.
Yeah.
So whenever I'd play, all I'd do is back, you know. Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, how'd you do the burn then? Well, it's just up and block. It's like, okay. So
And the first time you saw a fatality, I remember I saw a kid pull off was it Sub-Zero who ripped your head off and your spine?
Yeah,
and
your
everything?
spine. Yeah,
Yes.
Sub-Zero. Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that
No,
on a
dude.
video game, you know?
Yeah. It
Never.
was
Never.
That,
mind
like
blowing.
burns into your brain, dude.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. That was intense. That was intense.
Piz,
Yeah.
you remind me of the guy who, if you played against him, he just knew the one move and he would throw the spear over and over and over at you. You know, and it was
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
you'd have to block and get down. And
That's like the
It's
dude
That's-
who jump kicks and then uppercuts and jump kicks and uppercuts.
I would do that. I would do that too.
Hey,
I would do that too. Then I mixed in the leg sweep into the uppercut.
Yeah.
So
you knew like 2 moves. That was it.
that's all you needed. And trying to play those Mortal Kombat games today, it's so frustrating because everybody's got 10 million different moves, and I don't know. It's frustrating for me at least. But
Yeah, I don't really play fighting games these days.
you want to talk about toxicity?
Oh,
There's
Jesus.
your toxicity. Yeah, there's your toxicity. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, let's call it a night. We've had quite a lively discussion of a great many things. I didn't know we'd go into video games and Mortal Kombat, but it's always nice to take a trip down memory
for
lane.
horror. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me do some shout outs here real quick. Shout out to Taco Bailey Lugosi for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you to Nighttime for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Bismo Funyuns for the $5. Thank you, Kevin L for the $4.99, and thank you, As Told by Gonzo, for the $4.99. Appreciate that very much. Let's see who's still with us tonight. We've got Michael Sullivan, J666, Killjoy 666, Robert Long, Pat Master, Saturn Video, Punisher Batman Fan. We got the Big Crack Rock. We got Chester 22, Ewan Thomas, Big T, Cliff Booth, Wild Wrangler. Who else did we have with us tonight? Chester, I think that's Ben Grimm. Chester 22, if I shouted you out before, you got a double shout out. We had Dave with us tonight from Jersey. Let's see. We had Perry hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy Shudder, Perry. I'm sure you will. Cable Channel 11, our buddy Jess was hanging out with us tonight also. Michael G. Yeah, Retro Cac, my buddy Gibbs was hanging out with us. Scratch Burno. Let's see here. Matt, where can we find you? Oh, well, hold on. Yeah, let me do some shout outs to my Twitch viewers. A7X, thank you for tuning in on Twitch. Lost Tune, thank you for tuning in on Twitch also. Appreciate that. Matt, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at dream__. It's 2 underscores emulator. And you can find me on YouTube at dream_emulator. I'm working on my first ever video, which is a review of Limbo, the shot on video film. Should be up later this week, hopefully. And that's about it.
And you're a musician also.
And I'm also a musician. You can find me on Spotify at Watercourse. It's one word. And you can also find me on Bandcamp at dream_emulator.bandcamp.com. And that's about it.
Very cool. Very cool.
But thank you.
Yeah, right on. Swaggy, where can we find you?
I'm only on Instagram, so I just post stuff every now and again, but it's John's Cool World.
Mostly you post your Netflix DVD rentals. Because they still do that. I'm shocked. Every time I see that post.
Grandfather did. I don't think you can actually order that anymore.
Yeah, I'm on a plan that if I change it, it's going to go up.
Yeah, right.
So I got to
They go in this little red envelope still?
It does. Every now and again, I'll get one broken. But they always send a replacement. So, and which I'm in Georgia. So like a hub is in Atlanta. So I get them relatively quickly.
I was always shocked back when I rented the actual discs that more didn't come damaged because they just put them in the tiny little envelope and threw them in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I may have gotten one that was broken or damaged, and that was it. I mean, the rest of them got here in good condition. I was shocked. But
I respect the hell out of that, man. Keeping that alive and sticking with that system, that's epic, dude.
They send out, they just had their 25th anniversary. So they started in 98 doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, so you got mail at a red box.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they have a Blu-ray subscription that you could get, but I still get the DVDs. I'm like, oh, well, this will work. So
wow. That's pretty cool. Every time I see a post, I'm reminded like they still do that. That's, Chris, where can we find you on social media?
Slasher Home Video. I just did a Vinegar Syndrome unboxing for that January sale. And I wanted to mention this, Swaggy. You requested Manborg. I'm still going to do that. So.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you went through like all your, the stuff that you had gotten. Yeah.
So I'm still going to do that. It's coming.
Okay. Cool. And Giant Chris, where can we find you, sir?
I'm only really active on Twitter at Bonus Pretzel, and that's only like a comment on something else I see, really. If you want more action, follow my wife at CBGBs, where the E's are 3s.
That's what her 3s.
Yeah. And that's what her current is until she gets banned again. So we'll see.
That happens on a regular basis.
It does.
From what I understand. So
she's a little extra spicy.
Yeah. We'll give our best to Sam. I hope she's doing well.
Will do.
And and thank you guys for joining us, for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all spending some time with me here, and I appreciate you guys being Patreon supporters. Also, shout out to Lauren and Dan, who were here. They had to leave early. Jack was having some technical issues. I saw Jonathan pop in shortly and then pop right back out. Maybe next time, Jonathan. There he is in the chat.
Yeah, I like that last comment, John. Thank you.
You can find Giant Chris wandering the Pacific Northwest, large and blurry. That's funny. Yeah. All right. Well, again, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you all for watching at home, and have a great rest of your night. We'll see you again in the very near future. And take care, be well, and peace.